there. Welcome into your reading. This is a general message. So what we do here is we start off with some oracle cards just to get a general sense of what it is that your situation is. And then we start to pull some tarot cards to go deeper into more specifics and detail about your current situation. So as the reading moves on, you'll start to see the cards fill the table up. And these readings usually last anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. So these are more long form readings. If you're into that sort of thing, you're at the right place. Also, I do shorts per zodiac sign on a weekly basis. At least I try to be consistent, but I do put them out. So if you're interested in those, they're in the channel. Just check them out. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to pull from this oracle deck, which is where this Cancer card is from. It's called the Celestial Bodies, Astrology and Numerology Oracle deck. When I was getting into your energy, I did see like a baby giant. So I don't know what that means. It feels like it was like a moon/crab giant image of a being behind a curtain. Okay, so I opened the curtain and there it was, looking down. All right, and it seemed gentle, but it seemed as though it needed help and it was a little vulnerable or fragile, as though it couldn't move on its own. It was a little apologetic in energy, like, I'm sorry, you know, you see me this way. I'm sorry you have to deal with me this way. I don't know what that means. So I don't know if this is you or someone you are dealing with. So we'll see if this energy comes up in your reading at all. All right, what is it for the Cancer group that I'm picking up on today? Cancer, please get an oracle card going. Cancer, what is it for the Cancer? It's the most important message that they need to know today. Just take a deep breath. The cards will come through. All right, well, as we know, this is you. You are cardinal water. Okay, so there are three modalities in, I think they're called modalities or triplicities, one of those, in the astrology. Okay, so every sign is grouped into one of these. It's either your cardinal, your mutable, or your fixed. And the cardinal signs are the initiators. Okay, these are the more direct action takers, doers, you know, the bosses in a sense. The ones that lead the way, the ones that have that vision or maybe are in the front line of things. And so it's always said, you know, that the cardinal signs get things done. The cardinal signs find solutions to, you know, issues and complexities, or they fix things. Not with their hands. I think that's more of a mutable thing, but they see where the opportunities are, and then they come up with their plan or their strategy to attack it and to fix it, right? So this is Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Okay, so there's something about your cardinal nature that wants to come through today. Okay, so I feel more than anything that the universe is saying that you need to step into your boss nature, your cardinal nature. And I'm getting it in the form more of taking control, taking the lead, and doing something about your situation. All right. The cardinal signs, although the Cancer, I do think, comes with a reputation of laziness or procrastination more than anything. When something is serious to them, right? When it has to do with their kids, when it has to do with their jobs, you know, their partners, then they have to, they don't have to, they do, right? It's an instinct where they step up and they do something about it. So I think that the Cancers don't get enough credit for their ability to be assertive, aggressive, direct in their approach. Now, yes, there's that crab-like nature, right, where we just go around, but that's, I think, in a different context. Okay, This is the Soulless Oracle. I'm not so comfortable with these cards yet, but I really do love the deck and I love the artwork. So that's why I want to use them. So I'm going to read from the Soulless Oracle today. You have number 49. This one's called Going, Going, Gone. All right. A player will never win because they keep playing the game, even when they have already won the prize. Almost everything is accessible with the push of a button. It's pretty amazing. Look at how many choices and decisions that we can make straight from our phone and computer. This is especially true when considering the new age of dating. It's now coming down to swipe left, swipe right, yet are we treating love like a game, constantly trying to win another person with a more prestigious career, better body, more money, more funny? How can we ever make space for genuine love at this pace? Wow. Okay. At the bottom, I don't know what card this is, but you do have this card, which to me portrays a man with a heart. All right. So I don't know if you're a man or a woman, you're masculine, or you're dealing with a man. Some of you are dealing with more than one person. Okay, so we'll see what this is about. And then one more oracle card from the Elemental Oracle deck. This says you're going, going, gone. Whoever this is that is in the dating scene or has multiple partners or something like that, it feels as though you are ready to go or you're already gone. It feels like the type of love that you're looking for is different compared to the type of love that you're getting or the people that you are currently talking to or entertaining here. Okay, in the elemental oracle, we have voice speaking your world. All right, so this is indicating that there is something that you need to say. I don't know if you're ghosting here, okay? You may be just like from one moment to the next, disappearing, going into a sort of void or emotional with the blue state of being. But there is something to say. And it's like finally take control of it. Finally do something about it here with the cardinal energy. Or what are you going to do about it? It does involve speaking up and speaking your mind. I'm also getting for some of you, this involves speaking your intention to the universe, to God, source, spirit, about your intentions. Okay, your word. It's like, it's making me feel like your conviction, your word, like what you believe, what your philosophy is, what you expect, I'm getting. But yelling it, screaming it, crying it, expressing it with emotion. Did some of you lose that part of you, that wild, primal part where sometimes when you are in your emotion state, you can express it in really wild ways? Are you holding back? It feels like somebody here is holding back from expressing themselves as who they are. Maybe you're trying to vocalize something or articulate something, but you're doing it in a more diplomatic way instead of doing it how you do it. Okay, so we'll get into this and see what this is all about. It may be that other people are going to come into this reading because it looks like you're dealing with some people here. It feels as though somebody doesn't want to let go. It also makes me want to say that you have given enough chances. You have given enough opportunities. It's like the threat, like, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Are you going to do something about it? Are you going to hold on to me? Like, look at me, walk away. What are you going to do? Right? Like this. Maybe some of you have abandonment issues, right? So you push away or you run away wanting to be chased. We'll see. What is it for the Cancer's personal energy at this time? This card also spoke about technology a lot, which threw me off a little bit. I don't know if you are going away from technology, getting off of technology, getting off of your social media accounts, or not spending so much time on technology. Maybe somebody here is tired of the dating scene. Ooh, beautiful. You have the Chariot. I don't feel that this is for everyone, though. Okay. When these types of cards come out, it has to be a more specific group, because obviously not everybody is in this situation like that, right? There are types of energies and cards that come out where it can relate to everyone, but in your case, I don't think that this is for everyone. All right, in your personal energy, you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Chariot. So you have two eights, Earth and Fire. And then obviously the Chariot. The Chariot is the Cancer card, the Cancer face card in the tarot deck. Interesting that this Chariot card is holding two faces. As I said, this is your face card. I don't know if you yourself feel as though you are holding two faces, portraying two sides of yourself for two different people. Maybe there's two different people in your environment that you have to show up differently for and adapt to them. Going back to the word adapt, right? Adapting is not the main trait of a cardinal water sign, right? Leading is more of that trait. So if you feel like you have to adapt, especially in a Chariot energy, how can you adapt to multiple things if you are leading the Chariot, if you're in the driver's seat? Does that make sense? Like, two people have to adapt to you, or the world needs to adapt to you at this point, it feels like. There's a lot of fast movement, a lot of quick exchange of energy, of communication. This type of communication changes your energy levels. It could be like you're on course and then all of a sudden you get a message, or you have a conversation, or you read something, and then your frequency changes, right? Like your moods. So you may be moody more than usual at this time, but you're definitely working on something tangible, something value. Okay, you have a lot of focus on this thing. This is the only thing that you're focused on, and you have a goal to meet. You have a place to go, okay? And you're going there fast. You're working on it. You're researching it. I think that all of this stuff that's external, the distraction of maybe dating, maybe, girlfriends, boyfriends, or, I don't know, romance in a sense, right? Like even friends and social media mainly, comparing yourself and your life to other people on social media, seeing and going into rabbit holes. I don't know if you do that, but I wouldn't imagine so. But just in case, I'm just saying that all of that type of energy of like scrolling and spending hours on your phone, or looking at pointless crap, basically, online, it's like you're gone, right? You're gone. You're going away from that, because there's something really, really important that has your attention here, and you're really excited to get there. Okay. It feels, another part of this is making me feel like something has been ripped off of you. Like it could be symbolically or metaphorically, like ripped away, like a certain part of you is no longer, or you can take it off when you need to. You can turn it off when you need to and turn it back on. Yeah, this Chariot card is just speaking so loudly at this point. It's like, whether this is you, your higher self, your spirit guide, your deity, you know, whoever, whatever it is you believe in, God, source. It's like they just came and swooped you up, and it's like enough, right? Like grabbing you by the hair and taking you away to this other phase, to this next level, to somewhere else. Look at that, how they're just pulling you out of something. Where are you going, Cancer? Where are you going? In your environment. Two of Swords came out super quick. Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. These cards are speaking. Six of Wands. You have the Star at the bottom of this deck. Well, here we have some indecision in your environment. This could be people, situations, circumstances. It could also be the fact that there's your entire life at stake, okay? Whether that's literally or metaphorically, that wanted to come through like that. It's your entire life is at stake with the Ten of Pentacles. But there is a need to overcome something and overcome an accomplishment in some way. No, not overcome. Accomplish something. Let me get a clarifier here of what it is that this Ten of Pentacles represents. And you may be blind. You may not have enough information. You may be feeling like you can't make a decision. Honestly, I don't think it's in your hands. This is fated. This is destined. This was bound to happen type of thing. It's not a matter of what should you do anymore. It's a matter of the universe, like I said, is like, we're going, right? Like you have no power in what's happening. You can maintain it. You can make the best of it. Obviously, there's something that you need to overcome, but you have no say as to whether it happens or not. Does that make sense? Like it's something that is. It just is. You can't be like, yes, I want this thing, or no, I don't. Like it's already here in some way. And now it's like, how are you dealing with it? You know, are you making the best of it or are you not, right? Getting out of your head and out of this conflicted mentality is not suiting your ability to overcome something here that obviously needs to be dealt with the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a beautiful energy. It does indicate that you succeeded. It indicates that you are victorious and you overcame an obstacle in some way, which you put in the work, you did the things, which is beautiful and great. But that it's telling me that there's something that needs to be overcome. Does that make sense? So in order for this to be here, you had to put some work into something to succeed. So what is that, right? This has to do with your entire life in some way. Why are you conflicted? Three of Cups with the World and Strength regarding this whole situation. It feels like something is super serious and you just want to play. Okay, maybe you're just like you're used to playing. You're not used to things being so serious, or you're not used to needing to be so strong. Something is requiring your strength of either your physical strength and or your internal strength, right? Like your mental power. And so, which is not, it's like, and I'm a Cancer, okay? And so I also have a Cancer stellium, right? So my Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, my midheaven, they're all in Cancer. So I can relate, and I can say with confidence that we have been in a really comfortable state for a good period, right? We have overcome some shit, especially when Pluto was transiting Capricorn for a decade or two, right? 18 years, something like that. And so it's like, hello, like we played our dues and we deserve to chill. But for the group that I'm picking up on, there is something that you're facing right now, and you are in a familiar environment that is peaceful and where you can play and feel good and do the things that you love to do here with the Three of Cups, right? There's light, there's smiles, there's laughter, there's love, there's peace. But there's something that is hovering or coming through here, wherever this Chariot is taking you right now, that is needing to be taken serious with the World card and the Strength. All right, there's a phase that's ending. And I'm not saying that this familiar, comfortable, lovely phase is ending, but it could be something different as well, right? Like it could be anything. I don't know. But I want to say that whatever it is that you're thinking, it may not be that is what I want to say. Okay. What else do I have to say about these cards? You want to make sure that you have the right people in your circle, people who genuinely care about you. Because with the Six of Wands, there's a lot of envy, jealousy that comes around it. Because there's a lot of popularity. You may be a little popular or sought after right now because you have the Star at the bottom of this deck as well, along with the Six of Wands. This card wanted to come through. So we're pulling from another deck. We're going to go into more detail. This could be more detail into your situation, or it could be just a future outlook, right? It could be looking at the next 30 days or so of your life right now. So in the energy that you're in the Empress energy, which is lovely. I love this Empress card in this deck. This is the Magical Hours Tarot. And then this is the Dream Keepers Tarot. But this Empress always makes me feel like she has a I don't give a F type of energy. And she's doing her. The fire is obviously a sign of transformation, as well as burning some bridges, it seems. And this could be the whole going, gone. You have the Fool, love that. When you start, this is, it speaks to this Eight of Wands and Chariot of you're going somewhere. Probably gonna have to move these over like I always do. Hope they're still in this shot. Okay. Page of Swords, looking for clarity, truth, messages, confirmation, a conversation. And the Hanged Man. Okay. Not too bad. Well, in the next week or two, or in the energy that you're in now, like I said, you're in a really, what is this? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost as though favored. Okay, like that's the word. Favored. It makes me feel like you're favored in some way. Like there's, like back in the day, people used to think that they were favored by the gods if they were like kings or queens or, you know, whatever, something like that. And you know that you're starting a new chapter. You know that you're going somewhere different. Okay. You're doing a lot of research, a lot of investigation, having a lot of conversations, trying to streamline something. This whole path that you're going on with the Chariot, I think it's very new. It's very fresh. So you're like creating the path as you go. You're like plowing or, you know, like creating it. It's not a set path yet. Okay. So there's something about that. I don't know what that means to you, but it feels like you're molding the path. You're pouring the concrete as you're going on instead of just hopping on a path that's already been created. And there is time for reflection. I'm getting that there's time for reflection in work. So not reflecting about work, time to reflect while working. Okay, there's something about that, because there's something to be said about like doing repetitive work and really focusing and zoning in on one skill or a routine that allows for a certain type of meditative energy to happen, right? Where you can think, or even if you're not consciously thinking about your situation because you're working and you're so focused on the task, that the answers and the ideas start to ruminate subconsciously somehow. And sometimes that's where we get our best ideas, right? And it seems that there is a lot of reflection during these hours or this time spent doing a certain type of repetitive work, okay? What else? What is that noise? I'm hearing a noise. Anyway, okay. Yeah, and this is the suspended energy of not having choice in it, right? It's like, okay, I'm here. I'm going to be here for a good bit. It's almost as though this path that you're on it looks like or feels like you're stable. Like you cannot, even though it's a path that you're going on with the Hanged Man, it feels like you're steady. What is the word I'm looking for? Oh my God. It feels like you're immovable. Like you cannot veer away from this straight edge, narrow path. There's no flexibility with the Hanged Man energy that I'm getting. It's very constrictive. It's very like you're tied. Your hands are tied. There's not a lot of wiggle room. There's not a lot that you can do here, but do this thing that you need to do. Does that make sense? Eventually, yes, you will overcome the thing and you will be suspended. But as long as you are there, there's not a lot of room to move. It's a little bit strict, and I get it. We hate it. We hate the strictness. We hate the authority. We hate being told that we can't do something. Doesn't even matter if we want to do another thing or not. Just the fact that we can't do it is going to make us want to do something different. So you may be struggling with it a little bit. Okay, so the defiance, the Cancer defiance is coming through here. The 9 of Cups, the 5 of Wands. Yeah, I didn't even notice that the 5 of Wands was there when I was saying defiance. That's what it's giving me. It's like the fight, Judgment. 10 of Cups, love that. Well, I mean, you know that this is a 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups situation. This is for you. You know that you're favored. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that image that I got of the giant baby, the giant moon crab baby before I started with your reading, it's like you're taken care of, you just don't like it, right? Like you don't like it here. You don't like being in this restricted energy. But what can you do to change the perspective? Because that's the other part of the Hanged Man. It's seeing things from a different perspective, I always say with the Hanged Man, like when we're in a Hanged Man energy, we cannot make any moves. We're stuck in the situation. So we might as well make the best of it. We might as well be productive in some way while we are in this hanged man energy. What else do you have to do? Because you cannot get out. You cannot get away from it. And this is a metaphorical thing, or it could be a literal thing, right? Where maybe if you're like, it has to do with your job or something like that. Like you have to put in some extra hours, or you have a deadline and, you know, you have like 10 days to get it done. And therefore you have no choice but to spend all your time there. Things like that. Or it could be, I don't know, it could be anything. Anyway, but I'm just saying, what can you do to make the best of it, right? In the next 2 to 3 weeks, you have these cards here where you know that this is lovely energy. You have support. You feel loved. You receive love. You give love. You have your family, your close friends, you know, people on your side that are here to just love you, you know. At the same time, this thing, whatever judgment is, whatever it is that you need to overcome, is here. It's present. It's in your life. You're living with it. And you may not like it, and you may want to fight it, and you may want to complain or just try your best to get around certain things that you don't want to be doing, right? Because like they're going away. There may be a little bit of tension here and there with others who you don't see eye to eye with in some ways. But this judgment card is really loud, and it's like, dun, 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 right? Like, I'm here. There's no unseeing me. There's no undoing me. Whatever this me thing is. You may be getting answers, clarity, information, communication, as I've been saying, because the judgment card is here. It's Judgment Day. This it also gives me a justice energy of like reaping what you sow. Like you knew this day was coming in some way. You have the Emperor here, which is a beautiful counterpart to the Empress up top. 6 of Cups. There's so much love here. You can't even. 9 of Swords. And the Tower. Yeah, you just need to be careful to not allow yourself to go so deep in your mind, right? To have fear. There's a shadow that's definitely hovering over. And you're thinking worst case scenarios, you know. I was watching something the other day and they're like, what is your demon? And they're like, my demon is anger. And then the person was like, that's my demon too. Like the concept of demons, because I'm getting the demon here. The concept of demons not necessarily being the monsters we see on horror films, but more so our psyche, our darkness, right? The dark thoughts that you don't tell anyone because people would probably freak out at how dark your mind can go, you know, and what you think of yourself, okay? Because, I mean, there is that concept as well of how the Cancer puts so much expectation to be this perfect, quote unquote, motherly or fatherly, right, type. Not necessarily from the, how can I say? I'm not saying that you strive all the time to be a mom or a dad. Like, no. Like, that's not even what we are, right? It's the concept of that archetype itself is perfection, right? The mom is always perfect, right? In the child's eyes, or even if there's tension there, the child always sees the mom as the God, right? Symbolically, metaphorically, because they brought them into life, right? This could be a subconscious thing. So there is this subconscious need that comes from deep within us to be perfect, right? And there's so much criticism and judgment that we have on ourselves, because we always think that we're failing at whatever it is that we're doing, right? That we're never good enough. And whether you're a mother, father, or not, it's an innate, inherent type of dark thoughts that we have on ourselves. And I always believe it's because of our archetype and how it's seen, right? So that's neither here or there. The point is that there could be this element coming through at some point, especially a little bit down the road, where you can see how things are going so beautifully, but all of a sudden there is this strong presence of a situation going on in your life that you may start to think, oh no, right? Like, what if, right? All of the what ifs. What if this goes wrong? Or what if this is the worst, right? Like, what am I going to do? Or what are my loved ones going to do? I don't know. And so you may start going down this rabbit hole of dark thoughts here. I don't know if the Tower is literal or metaphorical right now. It is next to the Nine of Swords. So it's telling me it's a mental thing. You can potentially, if you're not careful, have like a little bit of a mental breakdown. Okay? Because maybe this is so overwhelming for you in a sense. But at the same time, like I said, there's so many beautiful cards here that you are supported. But you have to control the mind. The mind is going to make or break you. Either it controls you or you control it. What's the Tower? Well, for some of you, this Tower card, this moment where something breaks down, and I'm seeing that this can have to do with this card over here, the going, gone. You have the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, and the Queen of Wands. Hold on, I'm feeling this out. Okay, so it's making me feel as though one of your dark demons in your psyche could be, like, if you're in a relationship especially, trust issues. Because it seems like there's a Tower moment, and yes, like the Knight of Cups and the Lovers. If you know anything about tarot, the Knight of Cups and the Lovers, right? This has to do with a romantic situation, okay? A partner, somebody like that, in a situation like that. But it's right next to this Nine of Swords, which is telling me that this Knight of Cups and the Lovers situation is present. And you may be seeing this situation differently. You may be seeing it ugly or dark. There may be a trust concern or jealousy coming up. I definitely don't want to scare anyone for sure, right? I just can say that something changes or comes up or happens in your relationship with your person that needs to be identified and spoken about, right? Using the voice, and clarified, instead of going into your head and just being a little bit delusional or unrealistic, right? Like having these thoughts, get down to the truth or the facts of your situation before you allow your demon to come out. And I understand that for a Cancer, this is in comparison to death, you know, especially if you're in a relationship. So I don't want to scare anybody so much. The Nine of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Empress, and the King of Cups. Something's taking a long time, and it is touching, like pressing your buttons a little. The Emperor in your life is looking toward the soul connection, okay? Is looking at this pure love that maybe you and them have, and is reflecting on that, or is wanting to have that. And you are the Empress up here, sort of going through a moment, right? Maybe your Emperor, male or female, is looking for some sort of connection, some sort of passion, is looking for love in your energy or in your relationship. And maybe there's a lot going on, right, that you can't see that clearly. And the Nine of Swords. Okay, I'm also getting this. So it's like the Emperor, this bottom part has to do with the other. The Emperor is definitely anxious and fearful with the Nine of Swords energy, and knows and wants something, like is trying to protect this Six of Cups, pure love, innocent love here. I feel like this is not you. For most of you, this is not you. This is the Emperor in your life, male or female. Going through some anxiety, some fear, I'm getting like fear, right? Like wanting to prevent the Tower, wanting to protect. You have the King of Cups and the Empress here, but confirming the Nine of Swords, and trying their best to bring some sort of value. Like, how can they bring value here with the Knight of Pentacles? You know, whatever they do is going to take too long, right? There's a timing. There could be like a timing. They're fearful that something that would, my mind is going too quickly. They're fearful that the solution that the Emperor, your partner, has for you to help in some situation, to be there and protect in some way, is going to take too long, and they cannot do it fast enough. They're fearful that this union that you guys have will end with the Tower for some reason. Like there's not enough time. Someone feels like there's not enough time. And that the beauty of the relationship, or the relationship itself, or the vitality of it, the energy of it here with the Queen of Wands, the passion, the sex even, right? The romance, like whatever, will end. Somebody is scared of that. I'm sorry about it. I don't know. There's so much lovely energy here. I can't even, like, I want you to remember that it's just a matter of overcoming this, or not overcoming. Yes, I'm looking at the Six of Wands, so I'm saying overcoming, but it's just a matter of dealing with this Chariot and like where you're going. Okay, this Emperor, this person can just see that you're going somewhere. And so they may have some fears about you leaving and something creating or disrupting your life, your partnership, something disrupting your relationship here with the Tower. But there's so much love with the 10 of Cups, with the 9 of Cups. You're on a new path. They're scared to lose you. It's just a matter of how can the both of you be on the same path if you're dealing with another person. If you're not dealing with another person and this is something different, there's definitely still a fear of loss and destruction and change. Okay, a fear of change. How is this going to look once we're on the other side of it, right? I'm going to lose everything that I have. I'm going to lose all of this life that I've been able to cultivate with the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. How can I control the Emperor, right? With control, how can I, and cardinal energy, control what I love the most, what I value the most? How can I keep that pure and alive and not lose it? You'll find it. You'll figure it out. You always do. You'll be fine. You'll be good. You always are. Okay? There's an enormous amount of strength within you that is in comparison to others. So, even though it takes a while, it's not as quickly, but you'll get there. All right, Cancer. Hope this helped somebody. If it did help, click the like button, subscribe to the channel. I do personal readings, so if you want something personal, a one-on-one with me, just email me. My email is in the description of the video. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.